disaster, completely insane, learning new skills, family memories, a sense of accomplishing a goal. Either way, I do not know what I was thinking. Hey friends, and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, August the 29th, and I have been running full speed, living off of dry shampoo and caffeine. If you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Brooke. I'm so glad that you found me. My end goal with this channel is to basically inspire you while we get it all done, whatever it may be for the day. So let's talk about what the it is, because I think I bit off more than I can chew. How high is the water, mama? It is 10 feet and rising. Oh Lord. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I'm not gonna lie. So as you guys seen, we got a camper. Now this has been in the works for a hot second now. We have been saving and saving until we couldn't save anymore so that we could purchase a new to us camper. Now I knew going into it that no matter what we bought, there was probably going to be some work to be done. But my in-laws, you know, we had been openly talking about this, and my in-laws reached out and they said, hey, do you guys want our camper? Because it's honestly probably just going to sit out here and rot to the ground, and I'd rather see somebody get some use out of it. So we offered, you know, them some money for it, and they said absolutely not. So as we stand right now, the camper cost us absolutely nothing other than getting the title switched over, which was about $80. So we're $80 in the hole already. But I knew it needed some work going into it. At one point in time, I think a limb had fallen on the roof and it caused a water leak. Since then, they've gotten the roof fixed, but there is water damage inside. Now, I was kind of hesitant at first because I was like, it's definitely going to need some work. But then I thought about it. I was like, we can take every bit of money that we have saved and go buy one from somebody, and they might not be honest with me about everything that's wrong with it. So we'll be out of the money and we'll have to do repairs. This way, I guess what is beneficial about it is I know it's only had one owner. I know how it's been taken care of, and every bit of money that I've saved, I can put into fixing this camper. So I definitely don't want to ramble on too much. I know that's not why you're here, but I wanted to give you a little backstory on everything of how we got here, you know, the nitty-gritty of what's wrong with it. I am going to take you guys out there and walk through it and kind of show you all the raw things wrong with it, share my ideas of things that I want to do, things that I want to get accomplished. I would say overall it's pretty structurally sound, other than the fact of the water leak damage. And there was a soft spot when you would walk into the door, and I think that is because of the roof leak. So we did get that fixed, and I will say I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought campers were more put together than what they are. Considering you're rolling down the road with this big old tin can behind you, I thought that they would have been put together a little bit better, but that is not the case at all. Them things are slapped together. So we fixed the soft spot in the floor, and it was a real easy fix. It just consisted of us cutting back the floor, removing all of the rotten wood and the wet insulation, and putting it all back together. So that was a quick fix. Besides all of the water leak damage, there are some pieces on the outside where the tin has kind of separated from the outside. And that is because this trailer, when my in-laws bought it, they bought it brand new back in 2010. And I think they used it a handful of times, and then they moved it onto some property that they had bought to raise cattle. And that's where my husband and everybody goes deer hunting. So it got moved out there, and I guess the cows just got too close to it and were rubbing up on it, which in return made the siding peel away. I definitely blame Linda. She definitely looks real suspicious. I'm pretty for sure she did it. Anyway, so at this point in time, they have built a cabin out there, and it's just been setting. It's been used as overflow sleeping area, so nobody's really using it, and it definitely needs some work to it to put the life back into it to get some use out of it. But other than that, everything is really just cosmetic issues. There's some coverings on the outside missing, you know, like around like the brake lights, and like little covers to clips that are missing. But other than that, it is really just a matter of putting our own personal touch on it if we want to do any kind of redecorating to it, and I think it'll be good to go. It'll be ready to roll down the road. We're definitely going to put some new tires on it because they've just been setting, and for safety reasons, I'm about as nervous as a cat anytime we are pulling something like that behind us. I'm like, does it got new tires on it? Because we have had some blowouts before, and y'all, those are not fun. Those are a little scary. So anyway, I'm just at a total shock and loss for words that we even have one setting out in our driveway. So welcome to the trailer park now. And I know some of you are thinking, it is just a camper, calm down, like everybody's got them now. But that is not the case. Like, a lot of things that happen to me in my life, I do not see them happening to me. And I think that's because of the way that I grew up, and I've tried to be a little open about that. I did not have the best childhood growing up, and I try not to speak on it too much because it's not my full story to tell, but I definitely grew up in a house where there was a lot of substance abuse and a lot of domestic violence, and half the time we did not have 2 pennies to rub together. So it definitely, anytime something big happens to me, like when we bought this house or got this camper, or being in a car that can start up and run down the road and you don't have to worry about it, I feel completely blessed and overwhelmed, because anytime I accomplish something that my parents didn't have, I almost feel a sense of, this isn't fair, why is this happening? I question a lot. I'm like, something bad's fixing to happen if this amount of great things are happening. And I hate that I'm like that, but it just is what it is. So having a camper feels like a huge milestone to me. Now, this is a little funny looking back on it now, because obviously I've got some years under my belt now, and as a adult, I understand things a little bit better. But I remember growing up and thinking, if you had a refrigerator that had an ice maker in the door, that you were rich, like you were uptown. And I thought the same thing about campers. If we were able to take vacations, it always consisted of tent camping, and we would be surrounded by all of these RVs and campers. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, like these people are rich. So sitting here now, I realize that obviously it doesn't take much to get a refrigerator with an ice maker and to get a camper, but I still feel very accomplished and blessed about it. So I was joking with my husband, we moved a lot when I was growing up, and I mean a lot. Probably every 5 to 6 months we were moving, it seems. And we lived in a lot of mobile homes growing up, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I joked with him and I said, I guess you can take the girl out of the trailer, but you can't take the trailer away from the girl. So here I am with a tin can that's got some wheels underneath it, and I feel more at home than ever. So let's go ahead and let's head outside and let's check it out. The door squeaks a little bit when you walk in, but I promise it's not haunted. I already checked for ghosts and goblins in here, and we are safe. So coming in from the door over here to the right, you have what is considered the master bedroom area. You've got some good cabinets up here, just pretty basic. I thought I was going to be able to save this mattress, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. When you get a little bit closer to it, you can see where a lot of the water has dripped down onto it and has made these stains. And I thought maybe I could steam clean it really good, but it's probably best just to throw it out and start anew. But this is a full-size bed. I am almost for sure that this is not a queen. But from the bedroom, you have kind of like this little shelf divider, and it looks out over into your main living area here. You've got this fold out couch here that lays down, and it's got one of the most eye-catching patterns on it, doesn't it? And up here you've got some cabinet space. Pretty basic kitchen. You've got your sink, you've got the stove, microwave, and some cabinets up here. And I do have the lights on in here, but it's still just not that bright. Over here is your seating and eating area. So you've got the 2 seats here with the table, and this lets down into a bed. And up here we've got some cabinet space. If we move down the hallway, it does have a good size refrigerator. It's definitely not a full size one, but better than like a hotel small mini fridge for sure. And back here is like the bunk area. So this did have mattresses in it, and I think I'm going to be able to save those because they were in a zipped up waterproof cover, if that makes sense, and none of the water damage happened back here. So I might be able to save those. But down here is just another full-size bed. And then up here you have a twin-size bed. And you've got a little storage thing over there. Right across, you've got the bathroom area. So you got some cabinet space down here. The tiniest little sink ever. And a little mirror up here. But back here behind this door is your bathroom. So you've got your potty and you've got your shower and tub combo. Nothing fancy. I had to set you guys up in the freezer so that I could see you a little bit better. So I haven't done a lot of work in here as far as cleaning goes. So it's definitely looking a little rough. I went through all of the cabinets and I pulled out like old paper plates and forks and cups and old cleaning supplies and things like that. This thing was full, and I mean absolutely full, of everything under the sun that you could think of that had to do with any type of hunting. I mean, there was turkey calls in here, there was deer things, there was camo galore stuff in here. So I'm not really going to do a lot of work, like I said, of cleaning it right now. I think Aaron said we're going to get in here today and start pulling a lot of the wet wood and the water damage and stuff down, and I know that's going to create a mess, and I don't want to have to double back and clean something twice. So it's mediocre right now. You see what I'm talking about? I found all of these bullets when I was cleaning out, all from random different places that you would not even believe. Some of these were in the bathtub, and I was like, why are these in the bathtub? You guys, I have to show you this microwave too. You can tell that men have been in here camping and just blowing and going. Would you look at that? Oh my Lord, the first time I seen it, I said, what did y'all ever cook inside of that thing? It is over here on the door too. Oh my goodness, I just have to close it and pretend like I don't see it. Okay, so let's continue the pattern of me showing you all the bad things. Right here, like I said, when you came in, there was a soft spot right here. And what we did is, like I said, we pulled out the rotten wood as far over as it went. We pulled this out, pulled out the insulation, re-put it all back in. They did not have support beams in here that like run this way, which was really surprising to me. So we added in support beams and, you know, put down the new piece of, what is this? Particle board, press board, and put this back over here. We're not going to keep this flooring, but until then, I wanted it to be protected somehow. We're thinking that we're going to pull up, we're definitely going to pull up this carpet. We're not thinking that, I know that. We're going to pull up this carpet and pull up all of this flooring and probably replace it with some kind of hardwood floor pattern. We have a few boxes from the flooring inside of our house, and Aaron thinks that we should put that down in here because it would be something, you know, that we wouldn't have to pay for. But I am not for sure that we have enough to go from the carpet area all the way through here and into the bathroom. Something that I was debating and thinking about was maybe doing some kind of fun, different tile in the bathroom. So having it start from there and then here all the way back to the bedroom be that wood flooring like we have in the house. But I'm not for sure yet. I guess it really just depends if we have enough of that. But up here is the water damage. Dun dun dun. So as you can kind of see, whatever this is, see, stuff's already fallen out at me. This is all going to have to be ripped out. All of this is just about as rotten as it can be. I can just push it up, you can see. We're not for sure if it was leaking through here or what, but even over here I can just push up on it and it is just so soft. So it looks really bad right in this area, and I don't really see a whole bunch of it on the ceiling back here as bad as it is. You do see it starting to kind of buckle right over in here, and then way back here you can see it's peeling off of the wall right there. So this carpet and everything is definitely going to have to be pulled up and replaced with something else. It's got this area back here where it's coming off, and you can see it has like this water damage right up in here. So I am not 100% if these cabinets are going to be able to be saved or we're going to have to replace them with something else. But right now that's it. So my goal, and I think of what we're going to do to be on the safe side, is we're just going to go ahead and pull the entire ceiling all the way off, all the way to the back, and replace it to be on the safe side. You can see where I am assuming that it leaked from there, that it came down and it's done a lot of water damage on this piece. What I'm thinking though is that we can just pull this off and replace it. The couch seems to be in good condition. It doesn't seem like it had any water damage to it, but I'm still going to give it a good clean, that is for sure. Other than that, you can see like in the light fixtures and stuff, there's a lot of yucky bugs in there. The air conditioner does work. It kicks on and it blows, but it definitely needs to be recharged, so that's great that that works. The refrigerator, it works. It definitely needs a good clean too. I can't ever get this bottom one open very good. But you can see, I don't know if I can scrub this and get this clean, or if it would just be best to replace this seal. I'm not for sure, but it's got a good amount of storage space down here in the refrigerator. And the only thing that I can tell I cannot ever get these open for the life of me. In here, for the most part, it's got all of its pieces. It's missing these metal racks that go here, but that'll be alright. And it's got the, you know, this gunky stuff on the trim too. So bleach is going to be my best friend when we get in here. Some of the other things that I'm really not for sure about, we cannot get this CD player to cut on. So I'm just going to take it completely out. I don't know if there's a short in the wire or something. So all of these built-in speakers, they look crummy anyway. We're just going to completely remove those and not even put them back. The blinds. I need to desperately take the blinds off and soak them in some bleach. Long term, I would like to get some kind of different window treatment, whether it's better looking blinds. I'm just not really for sure if they have to be certain sizes or if this is like a standard window size. I'm not for sure. All of these little things up here, I'm going to pull all of those down. I already pulled that one off from over there. You can see a lot of these little window things on the tops of the ceilings. They're really yellowed and stuff. So I want to see if I can unscrew those and take them out to give them a good clean and a fresh coat of paint for sure, because I'm not digging that yellow color. I'll probably do the same thing with this AC vent. See if I can't pull this cover off and give it a good spray. Basically, you know, trying to get rid of a lot of the yellow. The sink, I don't know if it's going to show up very good on camera, but I definitely want to change out this faucet, and I want to leave the sink. I like the size of it and I like the shape of it, but it's kind of yellowed. So I'm hoping that maybe I can give it a little paint job with what I used in the kids' bathroom, you know, that tub and tile paint, to give it a fresh coat of white. And I definitely want to do that with this sink as well. I want to replace this faucet and try to see if I can't clean up this little tiny sink. I want to go through and change all of the outlets and the light switches and things like that, because they're yellowed. And I know you're not going to be able to tell back here in the bathroom, but I want to change out the faucet and stuff and definitely give this a good coat of paint too, because it is yellowed as well. It's not so bad up here on the top, but if I'm doing the bottom, I might as well do the sides. And this one, I definitely want to try to see if I can take down to repaint it, because I'm going to have to take it down to clean it anyway. So it seems like a lot, and it seems a little overwhelming. The only thing that is keeping me going and keeping my confidence alive is that my husband does general contracting work. So anything to do with electric, plumbing, constructional things, I know he's going to be able to fix it, and I know he's going to fix it right. It's just a matter of, like I said, getting in here and getting it done, because right now, obviously, he works a full-time job and I'm juggling kids, so it's really the only time that we're getting to work on it is either on the weekends or having to come in here after dinner and after homework, and that gives us such a short amount of time, maybe a couple of hours before we're getting ready for bed. So it is something that's definitely going to be over the course of a good amount of time. So these videos won't be back to back to back to back, but I will bring you guys along with me the entire time. What I want to do now is I kind of want to go through and show you guys what my vision is and kind of show you what I want to do. I have been on Pinterest a ton, saving all kinds of ideas. So if I have a picture to kind of show you as reference of what I'm talking about, I will pop it up as we're talking about it. But most importantly, what I want to do is bounce ideas off of you guys to see what would you do, What would you not do if you had your way and money was no option? Would you add stuff? Would you take things out? So I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions, the good, the bad, the ugly. I know there's going to be some of you guys that are going to agree. Yes, you are way in over your head. What were you thinking? Go burn it down. Go on and get it out of there. So I want to hear it all. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I've got thick skin, so let me have it. But I'm going to flip you around, and like I said, I want to show you every little thing that I have dreamed up inside of my head, because I have just been 0 to 100 pinning on Pinterest. I'm like, save, 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 save. So starting back here in the bathroom, I definitely want to change out this light fixture and get something that actually looks like it would be in your house. I know it's going to have to be something smaller. I get the general concept of why they have a curved shower rod right here to create more space, but I would like to pull this down and put an actual curtain rod here. You know, like I said, I want this to look like a home. I don't necessarily want it to look like a camper. I know that's the purpose of it. I know we're not living in it, but just to please my eye, that's what I would like to do. I was thinking about doing some kind of accent wall over here. So, or possibly over here. I'm not for sure. I thought about putting some fun wallpaper in here. So at first I kind of thought, and I know it's dark, I thought about putting some fun wallpaper just here on this side, and then up here obviously just doing regular paint, doing paint on this side. But I also kind of thought maybe to stop the paint halfway down and put like a stained piece of wood right here, and then paint the underside of it a different color. Like I said, that's just kind of what ran through my mind instantly. I know I want some kind of, maybe some towel hooks or something right here. And like I mentioned, possibly doing some kind of fun tile here. And I don't know exactly what to do with this. I don't know whether to paint it or put up some kind of backsplash here instead. So let me know what you would think, you know, what you would do. And I also want to know about wall colors. Instantly, I thought that maybe I should paint all the walls white to open it up in here, but I'm not for sure. With this door, I'm excited about the door. I know for sure I want to buy some barnwood contact paper and contact paper this wall to make it look like a barn door, kind of like what I had done in the house. I think I showed you guys some pictures of that. I want to use the same contact paper that I used on the kids' countertops in their bathroom, and obviously change out this hardware right here. As far as it goes in here, other than changing out, like I said, these wall outlets, and I want to change out that light fixture as well. I want to give the sink a paint, and like I said, change the faucet. I'm not for sure what I want to do about the mirror. Part of me thought about just painting this a different color, but part of me thought about taking it down altogether, because it does have this medicine cabinet in here, which I think would be good for storage, but I kind of just want something that looks a little bit different. Maybe a round mirror instead. I'm not for sure, so let me know what you would do. And the countertops. This is a big one that I am stumped about. I want the countertops to match all the way through this little bathroom area into the kitchen. I thought about painting them, but I don't know what color I would paint them, because I don't know what color I would paint the walls. I also want to paint all of the cabinets and change out the hardware. So I guess my overall question is, what would you paint the cabinets? What would you do to the countertops? And what color would you paint the walls? As far as the ceiling goes, once we replace this, I'm thinking about doing some kind of, oh, what is the word? Oh my goodness, shiplap. I want to do like a shiplap ceiling. So I know I want the ceiling white, but I didn't know if the ceiling was white, if the walls being white would be too much white. But I definitely want to brighten it up in here because right now it just seems a little dark and seems a little dated. I have already decided when it comes to the refrigerator that I'm going to paint this black so that it just looks more cohesive and doesn't look like some kind of big old cabinet. I do not like that. So I know for sure that I'm going to paint this black to match the other appliances. As far as it goes back here, like I said, not 100% on what I'm going to do with the walls. I know I'm going to change that out, change the hardware on that, paint that. But this right here, I'm going to remove this and just put a stained piece of wood on here that will match what I do to this door a little bit better. And I'm going to pull off this little carpeted piece right here and do the same exact thing to that. And I thought about painting this black down here so that it would kind of look like furniture, maybe a little bit better. I know I do want to go through and add like a really big thick piece of trim at the bottom. I don't know, probably will add some trim at the top too. Like I said, I'm just not 100% sure. Into the eating area, this part has kind of stumped me. I have gone back and forth on what I want to do with this. Now, I know that this lays down into a bed, but I honestly don't know if we're going to need this to be a sleeping area. Part of me wanted to completely take these seating areas out and just have chairs and maybe some kind of different table. I also seen a picture on Pinterest where they had like a long table back here in the back and had like some bar stools. I really liked that. My only thing that I worry about keeping this is how in the world I'm going to go about putting some different covers on these. I have seen some ideas that kind of show you how to do a faux covering on them. And if I go that route, I want to almost do like a fake leather down here on the part where the kids are mostly going to be sitting in case there's spills and stuff. I could clean it up really easy and do like a fun pattern on the back of these. Just don't know. I kind of want to cover this table, maybe make it look like a wooden countertop, you know, doing the contact paper like that's in the kids' bathroom on here too. I just don't know. That's the name of the game. That's everything. I just don't know. Up here is where the TV is supposed to go, but you'd have to have the world's tiniest TV for it to fit up there. So I'm thinking about completely taking this shelf down and just leaving this space open, honestly. That way we could have this entire wall right here to mount a TV on, because, you know, obviously if you're sitting over here on the couch, that would be the best place for it. The couch is another issue that I don't know about. It, like I said, it folds down into a bed, but I am just not crazy about the pattern that is on it. Now, ideally, what I would love to do is pull the couch completely out and buy one of those super tiny little sectionals that has the 2 seats here, and then it has the long piece that runs up right here, and then it could butt up against this. But time will tell. Until then, I might just have to find a way to cover this and make it look a little bit more appealing to the eye. And like I said, I am going to take that CD player down because it doesn't work, and there's no point of having it if it doesn't work. I kind of told you guys what I wanted to do with the kitchen area as far as changing out the faucet, changing out the light fixture. Gonna pull these things down here. Painting the cabinets, obviously, and changing out the hardware. Right here, there's like a little open spot that I guess you could put little things in. I thought about leaving it open, but running like a long, what is the word that I'm looking for? You know how people make the industrial looking shelves? I have some in my dining room. You know, I thought about running like a long looking black pipe situation right there so that I could use it as like a place to hang my dish towels or something, instead of just it being open like this, because I'm not for sure that it's going to get used like that. Over here by the door, so up here it has this little decorative piece. I am thinking about taking that down, but tracing that pattern into wood and then adding pieces like a wood trim coming down so that I can frame out this door, so that and either do it like either paint it or maybe stain it. I'm not for sure, but I know I just don't like that. It looks like somebody got a bowl haircut to me. I don't like it. So over here, if I keep this, my first idea and thought was to do some kind of decorative piece to this. I thought about painting these black. So what I would want to do is like trim it out and almost do like a some kind of like little pattern. I don't know if I would run the pieces of wood going down or what I would do, but I know I want to do some kind of like little decorative thing over here, because when you walk in, it's instantly what you're going to see. So I kind of want it to be eye-catching, use it as a focal point maybe. And then over here, I kind of thought to divide these areas that maybe I could do like a little accent wall piece here. So I kind of thought about doing the same thing in the bathroom, where I run a piece of stained trim and do what is below it a different color, and maybe putting some hooks on that piece of stained wood so that we could hang things, whether it's a purse or a leash or our keys or something, just to make it look a little bit more homey, if you will. And because I don't know exactly what is going to be of these shelves, I don't really know what to do. So what I would love to do is completely pull out this little box that they have the bed setting on, and I would love to get an actual bed frame. I think that would look a lot better, and I would love to get rid of these like carpeted shelves that they have beside the bed. It's kind of hard to see that one over there. I don't know if you could see this one better. But the problem with that is, like I said, I would love to take them out and have actual nightstands, but there's a big storage compartment underneath here that you access from the outside. So if I choose to get rid of these, I lose that storage space outside. And I don't know how crucial it is that we're going to need it, because we're not going to be living in here. At the most, we would be in here for maybe a week at tops. So I don't know if we could live without it or not, but definitely is an idea that I thought about. So let's scoot on out of here. Up here, you can see that there is a track that runs, and it has this curtain that divides it. I have a couple of ideas that I want to throw around and ask you guys. My first thought was to almost trim this out so that it looked like a beam going across here to kind of divide the spaces, and then I could stain the wood and it would look, like I said, a big wooden beam. Another option is I thought about installing a barn wood door that you could slide. I just don't know how practical that is. I've talked it over with Aaron, And he said that we could possibly do it. We would just have to add some structural support up there, obviously, and he doesn't know what kind of structural support is up there right now until we take it down. So what would you do? Would you leave the curtain? Would you put like the big beam situation, or would you put a sliding door up there? Alright, so it is after dinner and it's time to pull it completely down. So we're going to see what's underneath there. That's the $1 million question. Hopefully there's $1 million under there.
Huh?
Did you cut the power?
No.
Well, what are you going to do if you get electrocuted?
Oh, electrocuted is kept off, see?
Oh, I'm so nervous. Is all of that bad? So
the roof is going to have to be fixed. Look, this is where it's leaking.
Is it wet?
Let me look. No, it's not wet as dry as it's been. But this right here, see, look at that. See, that whole, this part of the roof is coming in. See, it broke this frame right here. This is where it's leaking. See that? It's not supposed to do that. It's pouring in from here. And then rotted all this.
Oh, I wonder how far back it goes.
I don't know. That's that spot. Makes you wonder if...
So I'm guessing that it dripped in and then it ran all the way to the back and then down the back wall.
Yeah. Yep, come pouring in here and then went down. Because, I mean, all that is good. But this is what's bad, too, because it's all right here. You know what I mean?
Well, the issue, I think, is that even that piece of plywood right over there, that's still good. Yeah. No, down.
Or down here?
No, to the left. Keep going. That piece that's blocking the insulation.
Right here?
Yeah, even though it's good, I think we're still going to have to
I know.
pull it all out so it'll be flush. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just wanting to look at the damage. Yeah, I mean, that's all going to have to be replaced.
Oh gosh, don't do that.
Huh?
I said don't do that. I'm so glad I decided to put that tarp over my Persian couch. So it is Wednesday morning and I thought I'd come in here and show you guys what we were able to get accomplished last night before I sat down and start putting this video together. So over here, if you remember, there were some cabinets on the walls. We ended up having to take those down when we discovered that which we kind of knew the main leak was right here, but we were unsure exactly how far it actually extended over with damage. So to be on the safe side, we went ahead and removed these cabinets. That was kind of sad, but in the long term, if I decide that I want some cabinets back there, we can definitely put some more back there. We ended up ripping it all the way down to here, and from what we can tell, from what you see exposed, everything over here is going to be okay. Coming in later tonight, Aaron's going to come in here and bring this down and remove everything that's on this wall, because like you can see over here, it's kind of peeling away. So when it comes to these cabinets up here, what we're going to do is I'm going to try to keep at least this cabinet, and he's going to start from this corner and pull all of this out, because if I was going to have to lose these cabinets, I wanted to at least try to keep this one right here. It is in pretty good shape. This one I probably could have kept, he said, but he was going to have to try to work inside of these cabinets on replacing the ceiling. So I said, well, just go ahead and take them down. I think it will be easier on you anyway. So other than that, and I know it's kind of dark in here, we did come over here, and like I told you guys, we pulled this shelf out, so now this wall is completely open. And I believe the only other things that we did was we came through and removed this top piece on the window right here and took the top piece off of the window right here. So far that is what we've been able to get accomplished. I think it was a really good start, and I am excited to get this completely cut out, replaced with new wood, and move on with the progress. Well, friends, that wraps it up, and I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I had a blast with you as always, and I'm really appreciative that you took time out of your day to spend time with me and listen to me just ramble on and say, I just don't know, a million times, literally a million times. Let me know in the comments below what you would do, what you wouldn't do. Send all of the camper ideas my way. Like I said, I desperately need some help with picking paint colors, so let me know your opinion, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. I can handle it. Just put it down there and get it out. But be sure to check back in with me, because next Wednesday we're going to head in a different direction. We're going to jump back into the back to school lunchbox ideas. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that video, and I have been working on it. I had to gather up a ton of ideas for the kids, and I think we finally have enough that we can get a video put together. So I'm really excited to share that with you, and I'm really excited to share this whole camper journey with you guys. So like I said, the videos will not be back to back, but anytime we get in there and we start ripping something apart, I will be sure to grab the camera so I can share with you guys. But until next time, I'll see you later, friend.